This evening we're out here at Miller Welch, just south of Richmond, and I'm here with Wes Little, who's a migratory bird biologist. We're doing something kind of unique. This is something different tonight.
Going snipe hunting.
Snipe hunting. Well, really we're trying to find what type of bird?
It's the American woodcock.
American woodcock.
So you've heard of snipe hunting, send your buddy out with a flashlight and a pillowcase. We're going out with a big flashlight. We're looking for these birds. They blend into the ground. They're very hard to see. You listen for their calls, kind of get in the area where they are and sneak up in the lights and try to catch them.
Tonight we've got some ATVs with some flashlights and some lights on there. And you're going to catch them actually with a net. And if you get one down on the ground, we're going to band it. And that just helps tell about migration, how far they're going, harvest information, because it is a game bird.
It is a game bird, and it's a secretive game bird. It's small, it's very well camouflaged. Just wait till you see them tonight. You'll be right on top of them and you won't even know it.
Yeah.
And we don't always hear them at first, so you can see there's shooting lanes here. This is why we're at this WMA. These shooting lanes in between them, I mean, it's a mess, right? That's shrubby. Good rabbit cover is good woodcock cover. They like this grown up woolly fields. They like to have an early successional forest or a thick, dense, young growth forest nearby. That's where they stay during the day. And this WMA itself has really wet soils, which is conducive for them hunting earthworms. So we're gonna drive these strips, we're gonna listen for the birds. Sometimes you never hear them, and all of a sudden they're right in front of you, like, where did that thing come from? So that's the plan. We'll ride the shooting lanes, we'll listen for birds, and then we'll try to sneak up and catch a couple.
All right, well, let's get after it.
All right.
This way. It's close. Hear that?
I think he's over there, which is good. Oh, there might be two.
This bird's about ready to shoot up in the sky. And when it goes up and starts its aerial display, we're gonna try to see as much of that as we can while moving as close as we can to where it takes off. So that when it comes back down, we'll be right there in front of it.
All right, let's go up closer. All right, come here, Chad. Right here.
Just landed right beside us. Right in the middle. I can see it plain as day right there.
Pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I mean, I think they look like little miniature turkeys. They've got their own strut. They don't fluff out the same way, but it's very similar to a turkey tom, strutting for a hen. They're nocturnal. Their eyes are set really high up on their head, so they can still see almost 360 degrees while their beak is in the ground. That's why we have to wait for it to be fully dark. They're adapted for night vision.
We've got to see how this bird acts, what it does during its mating season. Here's some really cool characteristics. Now, let's go get on the ATV and get an up-close look.
Sounds good.
I'd like to see one right there in my hand. Uh-oh.
Oh, good catch. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. All right.
Well, I'm impressed. Your very first attempt to get this bird, you got it.
She's a pro.
Oh, he's puffed up too.
Oh yeah, look at this. It's got its tail up. This is giving its mating dance look to it. It's almost like a turkey, like it's puffed up. Look at the beak we were talking about. Look how long that beak is. What a cool looking bird. Now, has this bird been banded? Nope. So this will be a brand new banded bird.
We get very few recaptures in I've been doing this here for 6 or 7 years now, and I've caught one bird, a recapture, and I'd caught it the night before.
Oh,
So,
wow. Hunter, you came down here. This bird looked like it wasn't 6 feet from the front of the ATV. When you got the net out and was able to get that net on top of the bird, it looked pretty easy.
It looks easy. You gotta lose so many birds to get one.
You did great. The idea now is to put this little band on its leg, and then if anyone ever harvests one of these birds or finds this bird, report online.
Right.
And then you find some information out about where it was banded, right?
That's right. So each one of these birds will have a unique number. Every single bird that's banded gets a unique number. When a hunter gets it, it will go to www.reportband.gov.
Okay.
And then he can enter the county, like the exact location of the harvest. They'll report to the hunter, this bird was banded as an adult in March of 2022 or whatever. They're a really neat bird. You know, you mentioned the turkey tail and that beak. It's unlike any other beak in the bird world, especially in Kentucky. A lot of people say, you know, when God was building animals, he took the leftover parts and put it on the woodcock.
I thought that was a platypus.
Yeah, exactly. It just, we don't have platypus in Kentucky, so this is our oddball. So everything about them is just different than every other bird. We're going to check out the wing, and this is where we'll determine how old it is. These are their flight feathers, and those outer 3 feathers, see how skinny they are? And they've got that little notch in them. Those are the feathers that made that Twitter call when they're doing their sky dance. When you get into these feathers, there's on the juvenile birds, there's a distinct black line that separates the inside of the feather from that buffy tip. This is an adult bird. It's at least 2 years old.
Look how beautiful the tail feathers are.
That's my favorite part of the bird. That's
I
this
mean,
little miniature turkey fan.
It's got a turkey fan. Look at the little white tips, and then look at this just beautiful puffy little feathers down there on this bird. Such a pretty bird. But it looks like you did a great job of catching it. They got some new hardware on it, some bling.
You want to do the honors?
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I'd love to. All right, so we'll see how this bird takes off. Look how pretty its wings are. Ready? There it goes. Wow, isn't that cool? So let's see if we can get another.
Right there.
Woo! There you go. This one's right out in the middle.
Oh,
huh?
we got a snipe now. So, looks very similar
Yeah, but it's much smaller
to the
bird.
woodcock. He's going to be smaller, more streamlined, but the biggest difference are the stripes on his head. The
Okay.
woodcock, they go across.
You know, as kids, you hear people talk about snipe hunting, and usually they're kind of joking about getting somebody out in the woods, but there is a such thing as snipe hunting, and this is the type of bird that they're talking about going out and going after, right?
That's the common or Wilson's snipe is the proper name for it. Their tail's going to be a little different. It's not a fan-tailed bird like the woodcock, but the snipes they're a true shorebird species. It's like this snipe, you know, we're in mucky stuff right here. They probe like the woodcock do, but they're not as specialist for earthworms as the woodcocks are. Snipe are going to pick up other bugs as well. And I can band them. I've got the right size bands, but we don't have a project going, so let this guy go.
Very cool. But if you're looking at it through a light pulling up and it's all hidden and you see this bird, you immediately think, oh, it's a woodcock, let's go after it.
I thought it was a woodcock until we caught him. Yep.
It was an accidental catch, but a really cool one.
It is. We'll let this guy go and let him get back to his business.
Oh, there he goes. Well, Wes, I appreciate your time. I have a whole new respect for American woodcock. And I'll tell you what, I'd like to see a dog come up and maybe we'll get in the field someday and try to go after them that way.
I hope so.
Thanks again, it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming.